It has been 4 weeks. That's right. Oh, that'd be 8. 4 weeks. That's right. 4 weeks since we planted some scraggly tomato plants here on Twin Eagle Ranch in some stand-up planters. 4 in regular Twin Eagle Ranch soil, 4 in regular Twin Eagle Ranch soil mixed with Humisol. And these plants were raggedy. They were terrible looking. Planting tomato plants in southern Oklahoma in August, especially when you're having 100-degree days every single day, no rain, and we're planting tomato plants. Doesn't make sense. Hard to find them even. Pat actually went to a couple Walmart stores in Tulsa and finally found some tomato plants. I said, "Are they good looking?" He said, "No, Jimmy, they're not very good looking." And but we planted them, and we planted them to experiment with Humisoil, the sustainable green team products that they've developed to actually restore and make the soil better all over the world, really all over the world. And to make your gardens better, your lawns better, your farmers, your cornfields, your soybean fields, your wheat fields, your alfalfa fields, just the conservation situation from the, the lakes, the rivers, the streams, the fish, everything is going to be better because of the sustainable green team and the products that they're putting on the market. And we're going to look at these tomato plants. It's been 4 weeks. And we're going to look at the ones. We'll start out looking at the ones that are in Twin Eagle Ranch soil, and we've had to water those plants. They almost died the very first week. It's over 100 degrees every day, 0 rain, and they almost died the very first week. We gave them a drink of water, and they kind of revived back. We've been watering them ever since, and they're doing pretty good. They're doing pretty good. The old Twin Eagle ground's not too bad here in Murray County, Oklahoma. But let's take a look at them and see the difference. 4 weeks. In these 2 little groups of tomato plants. I think you'll be amazed. Here is our tomato plants that are in Twin Eagle Ranch soil. You can see they're actually looking pretty good, I think. I think they look really good. They do not have any buds on them yet. Now, that's the one thing that's kind of amazing to me. These plants, we're watering these pretty regularly. We're not watering them just once a week. We're watering them pretty regularly. You can see the ground, though, is pretty doggone hard there when we look at that ground. And they're looking pretty good. Now, I'm told that we need to trim these lower limbs off here, and we need to trim these down, take these lower limbs off. One of y'all, as a matter of fact, told me that. So we'll clip some of these down a little bit, clip those down a little bit, and see if that helps. We're watering these quite a bit, and I thought we had a bud up there. We don't really have any buds. We actually do. There's a bud starting right there, as a matter of fact. Now, it doesn't have the little yellow flower on it, but they're beginning to start right now. We actually had these plants budding on the other side of the house here, or the other side of this little building. Actually been budding for about 2 weeks. So you can look at these, you can see how they are here. You can see about how high that is. I should probably bring a tape measure out here. In fact, I might run and get one and measure and see just how tall these have gone. They're basically, that's about the tallest right there, and that's the one that's got some little buds on it. I think I'll run and grab me a tape measure, and we'll just measure them, see what they look like, okay? I'm back. All right, I'm back here. So we're going to just look at the tallest one right here. The tallest one right here, what's up against the stick, looks like about 21 inches. Looks like to take the very top part of that, and it's about 24 and a half inches. Look at the smallest one over here, and we're looking at about 15 or 16 inches on the small one over here, about 15 or 16 inches. Now this is the Twin Eagle Ranch soil. We're going to go look at the others as well. Another one that didn't grow very tall, but at the very top looks like about 19 inches. And this one over here is about the same. Looks like about 19, maybe 20 inches. Now, these are looking at some of the all 4 of them that's in Twin Eagle Ranch soil. And they're doing pretty good, really. I think they're looking pretty good, actually. But you can see also that when you look at the stems, you can see. Mess with this, I need to tighten everything down. When you look at these stems, you can see that's the biggest stem of all. These are all pretty small over here. But you look at the stems, you can see it's pretty small. Now we'll go over there and let's take a look. Let's take a look at the Twin Eagle Ranch mixed with Humisol, and see what we've got on the other side. As we walk over here, I just want y'all to get kind of the same perspective of where I was. I was out. I was actually a little bit further out, so I was probably not about that far away from them when I talked about those on that other side. I have my tripod set up there, and that's looking at these all 4 plants here are all in Humisoil. We picked plants that tried to put 4 about the same size in one as in the other, and some smaller ones, and then the larger ones. We had two about the same size. So I'm going to move in here really close and take a look at this and see if we can't determine a little bit about the difference in these. Now you can see these plants are just much fuller out. You look at the difference in the size of these stems, how big these bases have become, particularly on this one guy right here. And there's buds all over it. There's yellow buds everywhere. There's buds on every single one of these. All four of these have buds on them. This one may not. I might be wrong. This one over here, this little one may not have buds on it. Yes, it does. It's got some buds. It's got 4 or 5 of them right there, yellow buds. And this one's got several buds on it. And yeah, that's coming off of that one there. But you can see the difference here. Now we'll take a look and look at the very smallest one. The very smallest one looks like it comes up about 21 inches, 20 inches, let's say. We look at another one over here that's one of the smaller ones. We tried to put the smaller ones all together. You look up and that's about 19 inches, about what that is. This one over here is about 21, 22 inches up at the top, something like that. And then we look at this guy over here. This is the biggest one. And we'll pull this in close there. And we're up around 26, 27 inches tall on that big one right there. So that's a pretty good difference right there. That's a pretty good difference when we're beginning to look at them. And these are much healthier looking. They're fuller. They're branching out a whole lot more. And they're just a big difference in it. When we look at the soil, keep in mind now we've been watering that soil on the other side. You take a look at the soil, it's a lot more moist, a lot better looking. That's the Humisoil. It's up on top of it, and it's doing good. Now we got a little rain coming this weekend, so we'll have some rain on this. And I'm gonna just lay that down there right now and get it out of the way. But let me go ahead and just take this off of this tripod. And we'll take a look at things. Let me talk to you about a couple other little things here. Okay, now that we've got this off, something that's really interesting. You can see how these plants there, you can just take a look. I'm going to get in and just fill the screen with it. So I'm zooming in, I'm moving in, I'm filling the screen. And you can take a look at those plants. And then we'll just walk right over here real quick and fill the screen and look at these plants. Now those look pretty good. But with the screen full, you can see a huge difference in the plants. And these look pretty good, I think. I think since we water them, they've been coming back. But then you take a look over there, look at those, and then look at these. Quite a bit of difference when you look at the plants in the Humisoil. They're, probably 30, 35% taller. They're fuller, and they're in a much better shape. Now, the other thing that's pretty amazing to me, and this is just a real big surprise to me, this is clover down underneath. And that clover is growing underneath. It was growing there already, but it was just a little clover right down on the ground, real small. But it's getting drippings that's coming off of that Humisoil. It's coming out of the bottom of that planter. And you can see how that clover's grown. Now, this is where the baby deer were, Black Magic and Sally. And they would be eating that up real, that wouldn't be there. That'd all be gone if they were in here. But you can take a look at that and see what the difference is. And now let me look right over here. There is some of that clover on the outside right there. See that little clover down there in the corner? That's the exact same stuff that's over there. What an amazing difference. What an amazing difference. So it's just, I'm so anxious to get it cultivated into some of our fields out there, get it disc in and really make a difference. Now, the ones we haven't disc in, we're not noticing a great big deal of improvement on. So I really believe you need to disc it into your ground. But when you mix it in with your garden, you're going to see some amazing results. When you mix it in with your yard, you're going to see some amazing results. And real quickly, we're going to have some places where you'll be able to go out and get some waterless garden, waterless lawn. Some of you that grow flowers and stuff in your apartments and homes, even through the winter time, put some Humisoil on there and just see what happens. It's going to be amazing. Okay, guys and girls, I guess that'll do that. This has been a nice little deal. Looking 4 weeks. 4 weeks. We don't have any tomatoes, and we should have some tomatoes. We have had horrible luck growing tomatoes here anyway. I'm like the lousiest tomato grower in the world, but hopefully we're going to have some tomatoes over here. I'm going to watch these, and maybe after a couple of weeks, I'm probably going to put some Humisoil over here and see if maybe I can catch these up to those other ones over there. And that's just kind of an experiment. And we may end up having to buy tomatoes at the store. but anyway, hopefully we'll get some tomatoes on there. Those plants are looking pretty good. And you come over here to the Humisoil plants. And golly, personally, I think that's pretty impressive. You can see the difference, quite a bit of difference, probably about a third taller, and they're bigger around, fatter, and they got lots of buds on them. So hopefully we'll have tomatoes pretty soon. We'll have something really spectacular. Guys and girls, have you a great one out there. And remember, I sure do love you.